Sophie, welcome back to my channel. Today I thought we would go back to basics. We're going to look at some of the very basic, simple Pilates exercises, so this would be great for beginners. However, if you are a little bit more advanced with your Pilates, it's still really great to go back to these basic exercises and really nail your technique. Let's get going. So we're going to start in a standing position, right at the end of the mat. So you've got loads of mat there out in front of you. Just take a moment to make sure your feet are parallel, so toes pointing straight forward. And let's just lift up and out of the hips, lengthen it through the spine, shoulders down, nice long neck. Take a nice deep breath in through the nose for me, and then breathing out, we're going to roll down through the spine. A little bit of a bend in the knees towards the bottom. We're going to inhale there and exhale, slowly roll back up through the spine, vertebra by vertebra. Inhale at the top, stand up tall, and exhale, let's roll it down. So I want you to keep going for these roll downs, and we're doing this to warm up the spine, to really articulate through the spine, bone by bone, warming it up, getting the joints moving, getting the muscles that run down the back and down the back of the legs nice and stretched out and warmed up and ready to go. Okay, come on up for me and stand up nice and tall. We're going to go for a squat, so we're going to melt down into the hips, and I want you to feel like you're bringing your weight back into your heels, like you've got a little chair behind you that you can't quite reach your hips to, and then you're going to come up, push forward through those hip bones and open up the chest. So let's breathe in to melt into those hips, challenge your hip mobility, and exhale up. Inhale, melt into the squat, and exhale up. Okay, we're going to add a little bit of a balance. So as you come up, just lift one knee, hold it there, get your balance, and back to your squat. And lift one knee, hold it there. And we're doing this because it starts to switch on all those deep stabilizing muscles in the body, in the core, in the upper back that help us balance. These are the deep core muscles that we're going to use throughout the class. Okay, foot down. We're going to go back to our roll down. Just let the arms and the head hang naturally. And we're going to spine twist. So reach this arm up into the air. Open up the chest. Slowly float that arm down. Let's switch sides. We're going to breathe in to reach. And breathe out to return. Breathing in to reach. And breathing out to return. One more time. It should feel really good to do. And hand down, okay. Really slowly walk those hands out. And come on into a plank position for me. If you need to pop your knees down, go ahead and pop them down. We're keeping those hands directly under the shoulders. We've got a lovely long spine. No sagging in the lower back. Push back through those heels a little. Engage the legs, engage the glutes or the bottom muscles. Pop the knees down, hips back to the heels, and come on into child's pose. Just take a few deep breaths here, in through your nose and out through your mouth. And come on up. Lovely. Okay, we're going to bring ourselves into a sitting position. Stretch your legs out in front of you and sit up as tall as you can for me. Have a little wiggle round on those sit bones and take your fingertips out to the side, shoulders down. We're going to take it over into a really good side stretch. We're going to take it over to the other side. Really ground down through your sit bones there. Don't let your hip lift off the floor. Bring it back. We're going to reach forward, so drop the head, scoop in those abdominals a little, shoulders down, and I want you to imagine somebody is standing there at your feet and they've taken hold of your hands. You're going to start to roll down through your spine, vertebra by vertebra, but that person at your feet is kind of pulling your hands forward. So you've got a little bit of resistance going on there, a little bit of a tug of war. Keep it nice and controlled to the very last minute. And then head down. We're going to stretch those arms out overhead, watching we don't arch the back there. Then we're going to roll back up. So lift those arms, lift the head. Now see if you can peel your spine off the floor, vertebra by vertebra, and come up nice and tall. Fingertips down by your sides. We're going to go back to the side stretch. Let's find our flow a little now. So we're going to breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in, reach forward, and breathe out, roll it down. Breathe in, arms overhead, and breathe out, roll it up. Sit up tall. Inhale, stretch, and exhale, switch. Inhale, reach. Exhale, scoop in those lower abdominals. Inhale, reach overhead. One more time, exhale all the way up, fingertips down, inhale, side stretch, and exhale. This should feel so good. Inhale, forward stretch. You should be loosening off, you should be feeling more mobile, more flexible as we go. And when you get to the bottom, arms down by your sides, bend your knees, and go ahead and pop your feet on the floor for me. We want to make sure our feet and our knees are about hip width apart. So not too close together, not too far apart. Arms down by your sides. So we're going to just do a few little pelvic tilts just to bring our awareness to the position of the spine and of the lower back of the pelvic area. I'm going to bring my arms a little wider so you can see what I'm doing. So we're going to imagine we've got a really long tail. You're going to tuck your tail between your legs to press your lower back into the floor. Feel your lumbar spine pushing into the mat a little. And then we're going to drop the tailbone to the floor and allow a big arch to come into the lumbar spine, the lower back area there. So let's do that again. We're going to tuck under to flatten the back. And then we're going to drop the tail and arch the back. This tucking under is called a posterior tilt of the pelvis, and this arching is called an anterior tilt of the pelvis. And in some Pilates exercises we go to one of these extremes, but we're just about to do some core stability work and we want to find a neutral position. So we want to be right in the middle of those two extremes. So kind of maybe make your tilts a little smaller each time, finding that midpoint. Take one hand, slide your fingertips underneath the small of your back, and you should still have a teeny tiny arch there, but nothing too extreme. So now feel like your lower abdominals are drawing in towards the center of your body and back towards your spine. So you're kind of drawing in and scooping, or hollowing is another word Pilates instructors often use. We want to hold on to that. We're not going for 100% of our maximum effort, it's maybe like 30-40%, so it doesn't feel like a strain. Relax the arms down, relax the chest and the shoulders. Let's get the core to do the work. We're going to float a leg up to tabletop, so your knee is directly above your hip. Now the pelvis is not going to move out of neutral at all as we slowly lift the second leg. Are you feeling strong? Are you feeling stable? We're going to pop the first foot all the way back down to the floor, and then the second foot down. Okay, let's breathe with this. We're going to inhale to lift the first leg. Exhale, second leg. Inhale, first foot down. And exhale, second foot down. Now do a few leading with your other leg. And it's really nice to imagine you've got a marble on your pelvis just below your belly button, and you want to hold that marble perfectly still. So if your pelvis starts to wobble around, your marble is going to roll away. So you've really got to dig deep. You've really got to find that deep layer of abdominal muscle to stabilize your spine, stabilize your pelvis, which is why it's called core stability. Okay, now bring those legs up to your tabletop position for me. It's called tabletop because we want to feel like we've got a tabletop position with those shins. And then we're going to tap the toes to the floor and we're going to switch, switch, switch. So we're moving a little bit quicker now, brisker. So we've got to work a little deeper, we've got to work a little harder to keep that marble still, to stabilize the pelvis. Relax the chest, relax the shoulders. Let's get the core to take over. Let's go for 4, 3, 2, 1. Knees into the chest and relax. So that was super simple, but it should have felt like quite a challenge, quite a good core workout. Okay, we're going to take the legs back to tabletop, arms back down by the side. We're going to do a little single leg stretch. Extend that one leg long, hold it there, check in with your pelvis, your lumbar spine. Are you still in that lovely neutral position? Really slowly return and swap legs. Exhale, stretch away. And inhale to return. Exhale, stretch away. Inhale to return. If you're feeling confident, you can take the leg a little lower towards the floor. This is going to make the core work even more. If you're feeling the lower back a little bit too much, keep that leg a little higher in the air. You can work at your own pace, at your own level within all of these exercises, which is the beauty of Pilates. Okay, we're going to go for one more. Bring the knee in. Okay, we're going to add on to this. So I'm going to keep my leg quite elevated. I've not dropped it too low. I'm checking in to make sure I'm still in my neutral position. And we're going to go for a single leg circle. So it's really up to you how big you make these circles. But I want you to keep this bent knee perfectly still. It's going to want to waver around a little bit. The pelvis might want to wobble around. So this leg is moving. We're freeing up tension in the hip, but the rest of the body is active and it's really working hard to stabilize. Okay, reverse. Let's go the other way with that leg. Let's breathe. Inhale through the nose and exhale through the mouth. It's a great strengthener for those hip flexors as well that run down the front of your hip. You're probably feeling those right about now. I am. And leg back to tabletop. Woo, that was tough. Okay, let's do the other leg. So extend that leg long. Make sure this knee doesn't creep in towards the chest. That makes it easier. We want to keep that knee directly over the hip. Off you go when you're ready. Breathing in. And breathing out. If you're wobbling, if you don't feel stable, just make these circles much, much smaller and maybe higher in the air. It's always a way to make it easier, to rein it in and to really nail the technique. Reverse, let's go the other way. Breathing in and breathing out. Let's go for 3, 2, and 1. Woo, okay, knees in, hug the knees into the chest. Excellent, well done. Okay, let's go for a little bit of sit-up work. So we're going to bring the hands onto the front of the shins and we're going to lift the elbows out to the side. And I want you to anchor down with the shoulders, with the shoulder blades, and then press against your shins, but push your shins up into your hands. And this is going to activate your lats, these muscles that run down the side of your body, down the side of your back, under your armpits. They're super strong muscles. They really help us with our posture, with our athletic performance. They're great muscles to find, switch on and strengthen. So try and find those for me. And then we're going to lift the head up into our sit-up. Hold it there for a sec. Are you still engaging those lats? And then head down. Exhale up. Now really scoop in those lower abdominals. The neck is long. We're not nodding the chin to the chest. We're looking up and down. We're being really precise with our alignment, with our technique. So we're doing these exercises properly. We're getting the most out of the exercises so we don't have to do hundreds and hundreds of repetitions to get a really good workout. Okay, so on the next one, come on up, hold it there. You're going to take both hands onto one shin. Find the resistance there. It's like you're trying to stretch the leg away, but your hands are pulling that leg in. The other leg is going to stretch long. The neck is long. We're going to resist, 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 and switch legs. Resist, resist, resist. Switch legs. Are those elbows still wide? Are those lats still engaged? Switch. Breathe out. Breathe in to switch. Breathe out, resist. Breathe in to switch. Breathe out. Breathe in to switch. 2 more. Breathe out. Breathe in to switch. Last one. Breathe out. Breathe in to switch. Knees in, head down. Take a break. Well done. Okay, let's roll. Replace your hands to the backs of your thighs. Then, you start a little bit of a roll going. You need to round your spine. And you just need to build on the roll as you go, finding a little bit of momentum, keeping that back nice and rounded so that you feel like it's nice and easy to roll back and up, never rolling over the neck, just to the shoulder blades and up. Keep those toes off the floor. See if you can hold, hold, hold. Roll, hold, hold, hold. Shoulders down, lats engaged, core engaged. We're working those powerhouses. Okay, on the next one, I want you to hold your balance. Shoulders down, core strong. Try a little leg stretch. It doesn't have to fully extend. Just do what you can. Drop the foot. Woo. Other leg. Exhale, extend. And inhale, bend. You can keep doing a single leg, or you could try a double. Keep those shoulders anchored down and drop. Exhale, extend. Inhale, drop. Should we do 2 more? Exhale. Inhale. Final one here. Extend those legs. And you could just hold, or you could try reaching those fingertips beyond those toes. Lift the gaze. Shoulders down, core strong. Let's go for 3, 2, 1, and relax. Well done. Woo, that was really hard. Okay, I know, I said let's go back to basics and I've thrown in a few advanced moves there. Okay, we're going to move on to the side next. So, come on down into a lovely side lying position. So we want to make sure the hip bones are stacked, one on top of the other. Same with those ankle bones, the knees with the shoulders. And we want to make sure we've got a lovely long tail. So we're finding that neutral position again in our side lying posture. Hand down to the floor. Feel like you're pulling in those abdominal muscles a little. And we're going to lift the top leg just a couple of inches off the floor. The bottom leg is going to lift, so they meet in the air. Really activate those inner thighs. We're going to do 2 scissors. So the legs are going to split, and we're going to switch. We're going to bring the legs back together in the air, both legs down. So this is our torpedo scissor combo. So top leg, bottom leg, keep that top hip perfectly still, no wobbling around. Scissor, scissor, legs together, and down. One more. Torpedo, scissor, scissor, legs together. Hold it there. We're going to keep that bottom leg off the floor. If you need to place it down, you can do, but let's see if we can keep it up as we circle the top leg. So like we did earlier with our leg circles, it's really up to you how big the circle is. If you feel you're wobbling, rein it in. Okay, reverse, just a few the other way. Breathing in through the nose, breathing out through the mouth. It's like from the hips up, there is no movement at all. Your body is perfectly still. Last circle. And relax, fantastic. Okay, we're going to do a quick switch over to the other side to do those 2 exercises on the other leg, on the other side. So take a moment to make sure you're nice and aligned again. Chest open, watch this top shoulder doesn't roll forward, roll that shoulder back. So torpedo, lift that top leg, bottom leg, 2 scissors, split and split. Legs together in the air and down. Breathe in top leg, breathe out bottom leg. Inhale, scissor, exhale, scissor. Inhale, legs together, exhale down. One more time, inhale, top leg, exhale, bottom leg. Inhale, scissor, exhale, scissor. Inhale, legs together, hold it there. Off you go with those single leg circles with that top leg. Keep that bottom leg from wavering around. Try and hold it perfectly still. Think of reaching the toes away from your hips as much as possible. Create tension in the leg. Woo, reverse, let's go the other way. Breathing in and breathing out. Let's do one more circle. And relax the legs down. Well done. Okay, roll to the tummy. Bring your arms down by your sides. We're going to do a few little darts with the upper body. So feel like you're lengthening that tailbone away again and then scooping in the lower abdominals. It's like you're trying to lift them off the mat and up towards your spine. You want to feel that scooping sensation and you want to maintain that throughout the exercise. That is tough. It's really, really hard to do. It's really tempting to kind of let the tummy go blur and just push down into the floor. So keep scooping in as we lift the arms and the chest and the head. It doesn't need to be a big lift. The neck is long, you're looking down to your mat, not breaking the line. And then relax, super simple. Breathing in, scoop in those lower abdominals. And breathing out, my glutes are slightly engaged. Breathing in. And breathing out, my palms are facing one another. Breathing in, and I'm getting those lats switched on again. I'm kind of anchoring down with the shoulder blades. The abdominal muscles are the primary powerhouse, and those lats and those upper back muscles are the secondary powerhouse. We want them to work together in unison to give us really good biomechanics, which is the way our body moves. We want to make it as easy and as functional as possible. Okay, hold it there. You're going to lift one leg and down. Other leg, lift. And down. So this is a little bit of hip extension. So I want you to feel your hip bones staying on the floor as that leg reaches back. And you've really got to switch on your glute muscles, your bottom muscles, to lift that leg up into the air. Those core muscles are still switched on, those upper back muscles, those lats are still switched on. Everything's working. One more on each leg for me. Breathe in. Breathe out. You're going to bring your hands under your shoulders, push up onto all fours, sit back into child's pose and have a really good stretch out here. Well done. Great. Okay, so let's come to all fours. We're going to bring the hands right underneath the shoulders and the knees right underneath the hips. So take a moment here to find your neutral spine or neutral pelvis again. We don't want to be sitting or sagging into the lower back and dropping into that anterior tilt with the pelvis. So pull in those lower abdominals, lengthen the tail. Feel like you're lifting out of your hips and lifting out of your shoulders. We're going to go for Superman, or I like to call it Superwoman, because I am a woman. So we're going to extend one arm and the opposite leg. Now as that arm and leg lift, we don't want to sit into the lower back. So scoop in those abdominals. We're going to hold for 3, 2, 1. Bring the hands and the knee down. We're going to swap sides. Take it up. Lift out of the joints. Scoop in those abs. Hold 3, 2, 1. Slowly return. If you're struggling with this, maybe just do the leg or just the arm on its own. Find your balance, find your technique, find your confidence, and then when you're ready, add the two together. Take it out, hold, 3, 2, 1, bring it in. Okay, we're gonna go for one more. Take it out, ooh, see, I wobbled, I wasn't working. Hold, 3, 2, 1, hand and knee down, tuck the toes under, push into your hands, push into your toes. We're gonna keep a little bend in those knees, and we're gonna send the hips up towards the ceiling. We're gonna press the heels down a little to the floor. The shoulder blades are down and wide in the back. If you're feeling confident, you can press the heels down a little more and stretch those legs. But if this is too much for you, if it doesn't feel good, I want you to bend your knees. Soften your knees and send your chest towards your thighs. Get that lovely back extension. Okay, let's hold for 3, 2, 1. Bring those knees down, hips down, and all the way up to relax. Well done. Thank you so much for joining me for that back to basics workout, which actually turned out to be quite a challenging one. But it's maybe a good one to go over and over again. We work quite slowly. I gave you a lot of detail and information about each exercise. So then when you go and do some of the faster, more complex exercises or workouts, or even some of my HIIT sessions, try and apply all of that technique to what you're doing, and you'll get super strong. You'll fly with everything you're doing. Any aches and pains will improve, and you'll just feel really, really good for doing it. Hopefully, I'll see you again soon. If you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.